it's cheese. I'm gonna be giving like a little tutorial kind of thing on how I draw and render eyes. So first, what I always do is I always make sure I have a reference. So I'm gonna be drawing my main and also kind of favorite OC Timber. You've definitely seen him. He's everywhere. So he's got these like brighter than olive green eyes. It's got little stars in them. And then I have my reference here with, you know, different eye types. What I do is if I'm drawing just an up close eye, I'll just kind of do a little guideline of just where I want the eye to be. And I'm going to have it like a forward facing kind of, and I draw eyes like a lot wider than this reference has. So I always make them a lot rounder at the top, round it here, and then for the tear duct, I'll kind of put it here, kind of facing out a little more than the rest of the eye. So it'll be like that. And then I want it kind of to arch up a little more than that. Okay, there we go. I'm going to reposition this because it's kind of... And then if I plan to render the eye, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the circle tool and I'm just going to fill in the eye, the shape of the eye, and not bother just sketching it. I'm just going to do this as like a placeholder and then color this circle in later. So I'm going to make this a bit bigger because I draw pupils quite wide. So I'm going to do that. And I'm actually going to bring this tear duct down a little bit because I think it's too high. Take my liquify tool, which is my best friend when sketching. I'm just going to kind of play with things here, kind of move them around a bit. Sometimes lower the opacity just so I can, you know, see where my lines are. I'm just going to like fill in stuff like tear duct, maybe like where the eyelid will go. I'm going to give him eyebrows too, I think. Timber's eyebrows. You can't really see them in this picture specifically. They'll kind of just like go out like that, and they're pretty thick. He's got pretty thick eyebrows. So we're just going to play around with that, find a shape that works. So the eyebrow doesn't go all the way down. Obviously, it doesn't go down in this tear duct area, but it does go down a little further than I have it here. So I'm going to take the liquify tool again, make it a little bigger so I can kind of move the whole shape. And we're just going to kind of drag it down a little bit. So we've got that. We have our sketch done. I actually forgot, but I always name my sketch layers and almost all my layers because it's important to know what layer's what. Then I'm going to kind of lighten a little bit, and I always make under here lighter, under, you know, the lower lid area. So I just kind of play around with a lot of colors. I don't have like go-to colors. It's kind of just whatever I feel fits best. And then I'll usually define the upper lid a lot more. I'm going to sharpen that and then smooth it on the inside. It's sharper on the outside. And then kind of cheek area. It's going to be darker too. He has some freckles. I'm going to add that. Usually do multiply. I'm going to take this, go over the sketch, and this is going to be the eye itself. Okay? And then the easiest way I find to fill something in is, you can't see it here because it's white, but I'll take the selection and then I'll invert the selection, and I'm going to take the pupil and we're going to clip it, and then I'm going to take slightly more saturated but lighter color. We're just going to do the gradient tool on that like halfway up. I'm going to take like a kind of light gray color, do that. Okay, now I'm going to do the eyebrow. So I'm going to take a slightly darker color, add some difference and contrast in there. Make the brush a little larger, kind of blend those together a little bit with a kind of in-between color. Alright, I think that is good. We're going to get rid of the sketch. I'm going to fix this area right here. And then kind of go over this shape here. Kind of line it up. And then I'm going to go all along the bottom line. Okay, just getting that shape right. Use this other little more defined brush. Doesn't blend as much. I'm going to go around the edges, kind of make them darker. Make the center a little bit lighter. And then the center of this too, lighter. And I'm going to like lightly blend these a little bit. I'm going to do the lashes kind of are gonna be. Because it's so up close, I'm just gonna add a little bit of light. Just gonna kind of drag that out. So I usually do an add glow layer, and Timber has this little rounded star shape in his eye. So once I have that, and then I'll merge it down. And then I do this so I can kind of smooth out the edges, and then I will do the same for the little outer rings that I kind of do. Alright, and then merge them down again. All the little like lines and stuff. You know, give it a little extra flair. Blend these out as I go on a separate layer. Do multiply here. Kind of make this part darker. The top stand out a little more. And then I'm gonna go on to the eyelashes. So I have this kind of like tapered eyelash brush. I love it. I struggle a little bit with eyelashes. It takes me a few tries to get them right. Manually erase. Then do lower lashes. What I like to do is I like to take the noise brush and then kind of just erase a little bit of the lashes. I'm going to actually move this eyebrow, make it a little bigger. And do a multiply layer of like a dark purple. I'm going to take like a kind of like a golden kind of yellow color. Do some light details. And then blend it out with the same brush. Some stuff there. I'm going to duplicate the layer, make it stand out a bit, and then just tweak some things. And yeah, that's about it. And I might post more tutorials in the future. I don't know yet.